Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dairy Raid and a special breakdown edition as we're going to take a look at Team USA participating at the IFAF U20 World Championships, which was held this past couple weeks in Edmonton, Canada, in which the US lost in the semifinals to Japan and followed up with a loss to Austria in the bronze medal game. And this came as a big national shock. Uh, Social media was all over the team for their result in this tournament, and rightfully so. But those of us who know the international football community would know that the U.S. hasn't won a world championship at the U20, the U19 level in a decade. Their last championship was in 2014. In 2016, they lost to Canada in the finals. 2018, they lost to Canada in the regular group play and then lost to Mexico in the semifinal on their way to a bronze medal. And then most recently in this tournament, they finished fourth place. And I know this leads a lot of people to be thinking, what kind of team is being put forth? What is the selection process, etc., etc. Well, that's what I want to start with before we even get into watching the game, is talking about the U.S. selection process. And I'll let you form your own opinion on where the blame lies in the selection process. Okay, so step number one is a digital combine where they submit their information, measurables, and highlights to the online database. So the first step in this process is the players need to put themselves forward. And I'm sorry, in this day and age, the top players, most of the top players in the U20 age group are enrolled in college at this point, and it says in the eligibility information that while college players are eligible to participate, it's up to your school's compliance department to let you know what participating in this tournament could have on your eligibility. Schools might not allow this, because it's not just the U.S. who has NCAA players on this, but Canada does, and Australia, even Austria have players who play at the NCAA level, and not all those schools are going to let their players participate. Also, IFAF tournaments are for amateur players only, to my knowledge. And I don't know what NIL or anything like that has to do with what is considered amateur on the international level, but it is what it is. Okay? So after the players have submitted their information to the digital combine, then they get the invite. Okay? Now, the invite comes with letting the players know what they have to pay to participate. Yes, there are fees. Okay, there's membership in USA Football, so it's not free. So right there, you take a big chunk of players who are in a different socioeconomic category that won't participate, and this happens all over the world. I know we have this problem here, where our national team, there is a very large fee, and that precludes a lot of players. And you tend to see players who come from the rich teams. And that's probably the same thing with Team USA. I don't know. But it's money that players have to pay. Okay? And then they get into the selection process, etc., etc. So you have two big barriers for participation right there at the top. It's getting the players motivated enough to spend their summer, or putting a part of their summer away to do this. And if you look at how things are now, I think a lot of players would rather dress up like SpongeBob and play 7-on-7 than participate in something like this. And then you got the fees that is going to knock a lot of players out. So, what type of players do you get at this? Well, if you look at USA Football's page, the one big thing at the bottom of the selection process page that really drew my attention and what I could really see with these players is a quote here that says, "Your game will be on display and refined by collegiate and elite coaches from all over the country because USA Football unique role and benefits as America's football governing body." Okay, enhanced exposure. So, what they are marketing USA Football is basically a glorified recruiting service. That you pay a fee, you're going to get film, you're going to get coached, and you're going to get exposure. And you could see it. You could see with the way a lot of these American players are playing that is exactly what they're looking for. All right, so that's a little bit about how the United States selects their team. Every country's different, and every process is different. And when we get into the Austria portion of this breakdown, we'll talk a little bit about the process that European countries go through, and more importantly, how the teams are put together. Because there are some advantages that the international teams have over the U.S. when it comes to not only roster selection but team building. But we're going to get into this. Going to run this kind of stream of conscious, kind of go through the plays. Not going to really break down a ton like X's and O details. We're just going to notice the play that we see on the film here. We're going to see if we can get both the USA-Japan game and the USA-Austria game into one video. If not, we'll cut it at Austria or at the end of Japan, and then we'll do another video for Austria. All right, so starting out here, and this is from a highlight tape that I found on YouTube. So it's going to be a little scattered all over the place, but we're going to see what's going on here. All right, so the USA is coming out here in a 3-by-1 set and a pistol. Okay, a little quarter draw or quarter roll, and right away you're going to see what Japan offers defensively. They have so much quickness, and they are so fundamentally sound that look at the depth the safety comes at to get the quarterback on the line of scrimmage. This is a great play. But Japan does not have a ton of size, okay? Contrary to the almost meme level comments on Japan football. No, the defensive line is not all sumo wrestlers. Football in Japan is taken very differently. Japanese football is a real sport. And in Japan, you play one sport. And Japanese high school players, Japanese college players practice a lot. I know high school players will practice 6 days a week all year to play high school, and I'm sure the college players do the same. Japan has a university league that is comparable to a lower level D3 to maybe a mid-level D2. They have some really good players there. It's a really good program, but again, they have their limitations. All right, so Japan's on offense now. This is one thing that we're going to see a difference here too, is if you watch like Japan play, their play selection is very small. All right, so they're running jet sweep here, trying to get the ball out on the edge because they know where their advantage lies is in their speed. I mean, we look at Japan's left tackle here. You know, he looks like a tight end, an American tight end, just getting out in space. And so they don't have much size, but they have speed, they have quickness, and they have such good fundamentals. It's insane. All right, so getting out on the edge there. Okay. That drive ended up going nowhere. Japan ended up punting, getting the ball down low on the inside the 1 yard line. You know, this play was dead to begin with. But here we go, leading to Japan's first touchdown. One thing you also tend to get sometimes at these international tournaments is you get coaches trying to do too much. And you certainly have this here. You're backed up on the paint of the goal line, and we're trying to run motion, fancy stuff here. No, just get the ball downhill. Japan's right there, gets the ball out in the end zone, touchdown. All right, moving on to the next series here. U.S. running a little rollout again, down to a screen. And again, fundamental football here. Watch the linebackers. Drops, eyes in good position, controlling the shoulder they have, and corralling the ball carrier. 49 is on the inside shoulder, 41's on the outside. Great fundamental defense. Hey, there's a lot of good football players in Japan at all levels, but this level in particular. And the barriers for them playing in the States obviously come down to size and come down to the language barrier. And there's also some cultural things that would prevent it. All right, Japan on offense again. 3-by-1 with an H-back. A little RPO kind of action here. You can read it. You can go flat or come back to the curl. Or we run play action here. This is more play action. Play action, we got flat, we got curl, and then we got fade up top. Nice levels concept. Get the ball out in space. Threaten that flat defender. Catch those DBs with their eyes in the backfield. Great play here by Japan. Again, fundamentally sound. We're not overcomplicating things. This time we're jet sweeping into the toss. Again, getting bodies out in space. A little wiggle from the running back. Get inside the 5. Okay, jet sweep, split flow, same side counter. That's all we need. Good quickness. Nice quick pull by the Japanese right guard. Okay, get in space, get bodies in the space that we need to occupy. And just like that, Japan is up 14-0. Okay, USA back out in a 3-by-1. We see coverage. Again, a quick little roll. And I hate concepts like this because you're putting the quarterback in a really bad position. So you're going to semi-roll him to the single receiver side. I think they're thinking that they have a matchup here. And because they think they're going to get a bail. I think this is a really lazy route by the receiver out here. And that is a great break by the Japanese corner. Hey, he's showing bail. He's coming downhill because he knows he's got help over the top. This is just bad understanding of the coverage. They see too high down at the bottom. I think they think they're going to take the shot. But no. They're going to quick semi try to get the one-on-one route. Great defensive play by the Japanese. Okay, coming back out here. Same side counter again, or this is just power. Downhill. Nice little lateral step by the Japanese running back. Okay, space. Boom. Quick feet. Get a block downfield. Okay, great play. This 25 kid from the Americans, this safety. Keep an eye on him. Or is he playing linebacker? He plays a little bit all over the place. But, yeah, I think he's a safety nickel. He's from Wisconsin. He's from Neenah. Playing at Bethel College. This kid had himself a tournament. Okay? This kid is all about effort. And I want to highlight him. Because you're not going to see a lot of it throughout the rest of the tournament. But look inside. The control. You don't expect to see that from the American defensive line. All right? Play action. Oh, caught him on the sluggo. Slant over the top. Oh, left his jock strap at the 7-yard line and gone. Oh, how come America has a white cornerback out there? I mean, they're no different than any other team they're playing against. Nice play. That play was probably set up by hitting that slant off the play action earlier in the game. You could see both the corner and the outside linebacker sitting there. Hit him with the top of the sluggo. Nice. Okay, U.S. play action. They've changed quarterbacks. I think this kid, Anthony Luna, should have been playing the entire time. And he's a all-district type player in California at a smaller high school level, I believe. Don't see any real information on him in terms of where he's going, if he's playing college ball. This is a pretty good play. Okay, running a little stick. Receiver find the space. You know you're going to get hit sitting in the pocket. It's a great throw. Okay, running that same. This is basically the same play that they ran on the goal line that got nothing. And again, Japan, great pressure from the nose tackle, getting low in that 6-point stance, 4-point stance, getting pressure. Linebacker squeezing, they're rolling the safety down, number one. Number one's another kid watching the film. He is a good one. Plays at one of the better Japanese university teams. Great play. Okay. Roll out. This is that same play they ran earlier. This time, we're just trying to hit the curl route underneath. And it's a good job. Again, Japanese play selection is very small. You know, they find that have a core group of plays that work well off each other, and that's what they stick with. All right. So jet sweep or the jet motion into the toss. This time the Americans got there, got downhill, and did better. Good flow here. Is that our guy? Yeah, that's our guy. 25, Mr. Young. I hope I'm saying his name right. Great job. Okay, play action. Stick route. Catch that flat defender, flat-footed. Easy. Good turn. Split flow. This time we give the ball. And wow, this is great individual effort by two. Let's look how we screw up the run fit. If the U.S. really had a chance on this play. All right, so they got 4 weak here. We got 4 blockers. Let's see if we get caught flowing against. Yeah, they overflow with the jet motion because, again, they've set it up. They've set jet sweep off of this. They've set jet motion toss to the running back. Now they're coming back with the inside zone. And really on the backside, they're running even more like a Sally play, like a wing T Sally. So they get the overflow, and then we just make a couple guys miss, and then we're able to get over the top. And geez, this kid has some acceleration. I like seeing that. It's a great play. And then sloppy fundamentals on the tail end here by the Americans, going for strips, reaching instead of going for a nice form tackle. And just like that, it's 27-0. Again, fundamental football by the Japanese. Okay, read steps, getting downhill, wrap up. We're swarming to the football. Look how many white jerseys get to the ball. And just how, like, you know, receivers are not even looking to block anybody. And we just got all these white bodies downhill. Or white jerseys, excuse me. Okay. But emotion. Oh, this time we're going to get a little help for the Americans and the Japanese. Bad execution. We're going to get the same play. Okay, now we get the ball. Little roll. Nothing there. Where have we seen this kind of play before, Badger fans? Okay. This is overthinking. He's waiting for somebody to get open. He's not going through a progression. But again, the problem with this is, you know, he's had a week to practice with his teammates. Probably not a lot of full contact either. So he doesn't get these guys. Now, this guy down here thinks he's wide open. What's the progression? Looks there quickly. Okay, so he doesn't like what he sees from the linebacker dropping right there. So he thinks we're dead here. He's probably looking over the top here. He wants to go 1 and then 2, and then this guy would be 3. But I mean, with how deep the Japanese are playing off, I mean, that's capped. That's capped outside. We got 2 here. That's where you want to go. Staring right at it. Don't know why he didn't take it. Leads to a sack. All right, moving on to the next play. And come on now. There we go. Okay, 3-by-1, little roll again. Okay, this time. Okay, very similar concept to before. But now he's coming back, as I guarantee you. 13, is it 13 down here? Can't see his number, but yeah, this receiver at the bottom can say, I got this guy, I'm open. This is a good ball. High up, a little bit behind. Okay, that actually helps his receiver because it allows his big frame to come back for it, shield the defender from the ball. I mean, he's got a big size advantage on that kid. That's a great throw and a great play. Okay, so they get the ball inside and they score. All right, trying to be competitive here. And there's a situation where the American size and strength can take over a little bit. Look at this big mamma jamma. Okay. So, 27-7. Second half. Americans get the ball back. 3-by-1 set. Okay, now we're starting to take advantage of the size out here. Number 12 over the smaller corner. Okay. Nice ball. Again, this kind of plays in the face of all the naysayers of the thing and how terrible the American players are. I mean, first thing, let's be clear. All these kids here are better than you. All of them. Now that that's out of the way, they're kids. 17, 18, 19, 20, I don't care. Young guys, they're playing their ass off. They competed for their high school, okay? They were the players that we had who put themselves up to be selected. And a lot of these guys are trying to make plays. And a play like that is an example of it. Okay, waiting. There we go. A bit of life. Okay, sticks. Hit you with a seam. Like the little switch here. Stacking. And then getting in behind. Actually, a nice little route there. A little slot fade on number 3 over number 2. And that really puts the safety here in a bad position because he doesn't want to give up the inside. Nice job. All right, starting to make a little comeback. Okay, 27-13. Get the ball out in space, Japan. Nice acceleration by the running back here. Simple play, catch, burst, fall forward for 4 yards. Bad. Okay, first down. Again, got that little roll. Got the flat. We got the curl. We got the fade. We've seen this before. Dump it off to the H-back tight end. Okay, let him get us some yards after catch. All right, good fundamental play here. Okay, next up, running stick concept. I'm going to get much more air raid than this. Our snag concept, really, we see this. So corner from 92, sit down from the wide receiver, running back on the flat. Bing, bam, boom. 41 stays inside, we go out. Nice job, great short yardage type passing concept. Okay. 3-by-1 now, a little bit condensed. We're going to get the H counter. Okay, a little split flow, excuse me. Nice cut back, right behind the H back. I really like this running back. He's got some burst and he's got some wiggle to him. Nice slashing motion to his footwork. Like that. And another reason why the U.S., did not do well in this tournament is they played against some good teams. Japan is solid. Japan has some talent, and so does Austria that we're going to see later. Here we go. Split flow. Again, American players having some problem playing in space. Japan doing a great job of getting downhill behind their blocks. Same story. And again, concepts are pretty simple. Coming back. Got it again. We're going to get more of a runoff this time. This is more of an RPO. Pull out. Dump it in the flat. Let the H-back do the work. Okay, coming back. Nice cut back here. Cut, burst, a little bit of wiggle, get that lean. Driving forward. And look how many of the Japanese offensive linemen are getting upfield. The right tackle is leading the running back 14 yards downfield. That's good fundamental football. Okay? Same side power counter. And again, just the quickness and the burst that we're seeing. And the American, they get caught here, and it looks like they get caught in a blitz. And not much doing. There's nothing for about 8 yards. So the running back gets a nice head of steam and is able to fall forward for another 7, 8 yards. Hey. Setting it up again. Same side power. And same thing over and over again because it's effective. Same side. Same play. Different side. Slightly different formation. Again, look at this guard. You look at him, he looks like, heck, for an American team, he looks like a big wide receiver or a skinny tight end. But he plays guard for Japan because they know how to use space. Great job. This is almost like watching a service academy that, they have to, the service academies can only have a certain type of body type, and they have to do the best with what they got. Same with Japan. They're not going to get the 6'6", 350-pound offensive lineman, 6'6", 320 like Wisconsin can get. They're going to get 6'2", 6'3", in the 240 to 270 range at best, with some exceptions. But it's all about training, technique, and fundamentals. All right. Okay. Try to get all the special teams off of this highlight. By the way, this is from a highlight film that I found on YouTube. That's why everything's kind of mixed up a little bit. All right, USA back on the ball, 3-by-1. Gonna roll out. Okay, probably want to get that ball a little bit quicker, but not a bad throw. Changing quarterbacks. Another hard thing about these tournaments is, trying to get guys playing time while maybe sacrificing a little bit of what you're trying to do to win the game. Okay, draw. They ran a lot of draw, and Japan was all over it. Fundamentals. Look at that linebacker. It didn't finish the tackle, but I like number 1. Look where number 1 comes from to make this play. Let's see when he first gets on the screen. Right there. Okay, that's him right there. Okay, so he gets to the line of scrimmage. Boom. I like seeing him trade One cardinal and white for another, huh? All right. Japan bringing some pressure. New American quarterback gets out of the pocket. Nice job of avoiding pressure. Pass protection leaves a little bit something to be desired. I don't think they're quite used to the speed and quickness that Japan has brought to the table. Okay. Little stack look. And I think not only do they catch the Japanese a bit off guard, I think they catch their own teammates off guard because the receivers certainly aren't moving. But nice run by the American running back. And back to a 14-point game with about 10 minutes left. They're playing 12-minute quarters here, by the way. So Japan comes back out. Gets the ball out in the flat. And this is a little bit kind of like running out the clock, but also there is a bit with the Japanese about risk aversion that, could wait a little longer and be able to throw this seam, probably. But a little bit of a cultural difference led to them coming downhill on that. All right, so they were able to punt and stack them inside. Okay, coming back with the screen. This time we break a few tackles. Okay, great individual effort here by the running back. Good strength. Getting the legs out, churning underneath him. That's good to see. A little risky play to call on 3rd and 13 on your own goal line. That's a great play. It's a risky play, but it's a good play call by the offensive coordinator. Okay. And Huddle does this to me sometimes where it doesn't want to load. There we go. All right. So, moving on. What we got here? 4th and 9. Oh, sorry, 1st and 10. Previous play was 4th and 9. Running a draw. Nothing doing. Japanese defensive line eats it up. That left end. Nice swim move. Boom. Quick hands. Can't get beat inside on a draw. Okay, starting to bring pressure. Tackled by the turf monster. Not much you can do there. Leads to a 4th and 4. Run the quick stick outside. Knowing where you are on the football field. He could have 17 could have just fallen backwards for a first down. Instead, he tries to make a play and he gets caught with his back going the wrong direction. Hate to see that. Especially in a situation like that where Japanese could pretty much run out the clock at this point. About 4 minutes left. A nice, steady ball control type drive could end this. So they come back out. Little same side power again. Again, just getting upfield. Letting the Americans use their strength to their disadvantage. Not very fundamentally sound. Japanese are. Okay. Same thing. And very similar result to what we've seen all day. Now, what I don't like seeing here, the Americans are bringing the pressure. Gets to the second level. And we get a lot of guys just reaching and trying to go for the strip instead of trying to make a tackle. And that hero ball leads to plays like that. All right, 40-21 now. Pressure's getting there. It's off a great throw here. I think they put Luna back in the game. I mean, at this point in the game, we got to take a shot. I like the route combination here. The arrow with the post. It's a good ball. Great effort. Next one here. Okay. Now this is just picking a guy. I mean, did he have a step? Maybe because he got inside release, but he's got inside release because he's got help, or the Japanese corner's got help. So we're just picking a spot on 4th and 10. Yeah, Japan knew that was coming. All right, we're coming up here to the end. Japan's just going to run out the clock. Getting those first downs when they need, and we can pretty much take a knee now and end it. Okay. I like it. There's always a guy trying to fight hard to the end of the game. That's it. Yeah, when I see plays like this, I like seeing the guys who are shaking hands, being a good sport about it before they head to the sideline. That's a great play, a great effort by the Japanese. Again, Japan is no joke. At the senior level, before the United States started to participate in these IFAF tournaments, Japan was the number one. And in international football, when it comes to what is considered a North American import, most countries have restrictions on the amount of imported players you can bring in. And the imported players, the North American players, are players from the United States, Canada, Mexico, and Japan. So Japan is very highly regarded in the international football scene. And this tournament, they put it all together. I think this being a U20 tournament instead of a U19 tournament really helped the Japanese. Again, because of them having such a solid university program and a system that they can get a lot of good players to develop and move on to the next level there, which then feeds into the X League, which is the Japanese men's league that we get above the university. All right, so that is the United States versus Japan. I think what we're going to do there is we're going to put a cut in right here, and we'll come back next time with the United States versus Austria. So thank you for watching. Hope you learned a little bit about international football and get another chance to learn some more next time. All right, so we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.